What are we getting today, Mike?
Wallpaper, scraping.
All right, Mike, what are we working on?
We're stripping wallpaper, so we got this design kit or whatever the heck it's called. Zinzer wallpaper stripper. Makes 8 gallons of the concentrated stuff. And then we have a score.
You mix this with just hot water, right?
Yeah, with warm water. And then you have a scorer that scores the wallpaper. All it's basically doing is putting little holes in the wallpaper, so when you apply it, it seeps into behind the wallpaper.
When you apply the solution.
Concentration. So we're going to try to spray it. If that doesn't work, maybe we'll get rags and wipe it on there to get blotted up more. We got this, and then we have they come with a stripper, but it seems like this one's working better.
Yeah, the scraper tool works a lot better when you use the correct side of the blade.
Make sure your blade's in the right way. Blade comes a dull side out when you get it. So I scraped that whole room the other day with a dull side blade. So make sure you flip the blade around when you get a scraper.
We'll try to peel off as much freehand as we can before we start scoring it. Well,
yeah.
We kind of started scoring it, but...
There's like this top wallpaper, and then there's this like junk underneath of it that seems like it comes off a lot easier once you moisten it. We're gonna see how well it works, and then once we get it all stripped, we can have my spackle guy come in here.
What's this? Jews with screws?
Yeah.
Jews with screws plus an Irish kid from Northeast Philly coming in the spackle.
And skim coat all the walls, and it'll look brand new almost.
We started our wallpaper removal journey in the downstairs guest room. Mike's girlfriend Shelby showed up to help, but quickly became bored. At this point, we're still kind of figuring out what we're doing, but luckily this room wasn't too big. We managed to rip the wallpaper down in this room in just a couple hours.
Alright, so we got this outer layer stuff off first.
This is the actual wallpaper.
That scratch stuff wasn't really, just wasn't doing it that well.
We found that if you just kind of get a piece, you
Especially
try to
the
just...
top edges.
Yeah, the top edges were the
And then
easiest.
slowly rip it, and then you have this stuff underneath of it, and then we spray it with that spray
Which
stuff.
we don't know if that's like... Is that the backing to the wallpaper,
Where it's,
or...
Yeah, it's something, or it's half of the wallpaper, or whatever
Or they had
it is.
another piece of wallpaper under there?
No, I don't know how they do wallpaper, but whatever it is, it could be half of this sheet that only didn't rip it all off. We just ripped this like finished stuff off, but whatever. It's got to come off. You can tell it's still paper. So then we spray this stuff with the stuff and wet it, and then it comes off real nice and easy. And then some spots, you know, you have to still scrape a little bit.
Yeah, but that spray, I mean, it does a decent job. I think the main thing is like, it's not gonna just fall off the wall when you spray it. You still gotta get after it, so. But if it were just dry, it would suck.
So this is like what we want right here, this nice finished surface.
Right.
And then my spackle will skim coat this wall real nice and tight.
A few days later, we make our way over to the master bedroom. John and my pregnant wife Ilana were kind enough to join us and help out. Wallpaper's kind of like moving. If you can recruit a few friends, it can make the process go a lot faster, and it can be much more enjoyable. Unfortunately, this wall had a layer of wallpaper, followed by a layer of paint that was painted on top of another layer of wallpaper. The first layer was pretty easy, but trying to scrape the paint and wallpaper layer off was brutal. It's at about this point that we realized we never flipped the blades around in the scraper. We'd been scraping with the dull side of the blade the entire time. Once we figured that out, it made scraping the painted layer way easier. So here we are on another night trying to finish up the master bedroom. You may notice that it's dark outside, and that's because Mike and I decided to make wallpaper removal one of our nighttime jobs. Mike and I both work full-time jobs during the day, so we really only get the chance to work on the house after work or during the weekend. We're trying not to piss off the neighbors by doing all the noisy jobs at night, so wallpaper removal is kind of the perfect thing to work on at this point. Finally, we wrap up the master bedroom and make our way out into the hallway and kitchen. For this house, we had to remove the wallpaper from the 2 downstairs bedrooms, the hallway, the basement stairwell, the kitchen, the living room, and the upstairs stairwell. We decided to redo the sheetrock upstairs, so no need to worry about the wallpaper up there. Everyone knows that removing wallpaper is horrible, but peeling it can be kind of therapeutic too. Our mom came over and ended up kind of getting addicted to peeling it off our living room walls. But it doesn't normally come off that easy. My recommendation is just get some coffee, get some good music going, just start scraping or steaming or whatever solution you try to go with to get the wallpaper off.
Alright, we got all the stuff off. Now we're going to take a diff sander, add some kind of light sandpaper like 120, 180, whatever you want, just to get the schmutz off the wall. And then after we do this, like these spots right here, you can touch up if you want. But depending on how bad your wall is, you might want to sand it a little bit more. You can use a pole sander, whatever you want to do, just to kind of clean it up a little bit. So basically you're just getting the schmutz off it. If you really wanted to, you could touch it up a little bit and paint this wall, but we're gonna have our buddy skim coat it, make it look nice and clean, and then it'll be ready for paint.
Here's our wallpaperless walls. I'd say that it probably took us about 8 total hours over a 2-week span to get all the wallpaper off. Stay tuned as we continue flipping this house.